Let's see if I'm doing
Right.
this correctly.
We definitely weren't talking about anything.
Hold on. Here we go. Wait.
It
Oh yeah,
was
it's set up now.
an innocent chat that we were having in the online green room before
That
we
was
started.
it. There was nothing
Yeah.
about any banking plans whatsoever.
Not at all. Not
Even
how the
a little
entire
bit.
economy's crashing.
No.
Chase, how's it going, man?
Doing well.
What have you been up to? It's been like 2 weeks,
Actually,
right?
Yeah, it has. Just been living life in Oklahoma City. Been coaching some people. We actually got some new clients coming in. This week we did 2 intros with it was a 74 and a 77-year-old. And
Did
these
they know
guys-
each other or were they random?
Yeah, it's a husband and wife duo.
Okay.
They don't move like your typical 70-year-olds, and dude, they were kicking ass on the first day. We had to modify a few stuff.
Did
You know,
they
like,
invite
they had,
people
like,
to their house for dinner that night, Chase?
No, they didn't. No, we're not there yet. You know, but like they did some modified lifts. They rack pulled, they box squatted, but other than that, man, they should be away from let's say the assistance exercises pretty soon. They should be doing the fold up squat probably next week and
It's pretty
a normal
sick.
deadlift off the floor. Yeah,
That's awesome.
we're really excited about that.
Nice.
Have you got them? Did you start them on leg press, or do you start them on sort of box squats first?
So in the gym, we don't have any machines. We could, I think, someone is trying to develop like a either like a seesaw apparatus or some sort of lift machine to where we can kind of modify and do like a leg press.
in a squat rack?
Yeah.
Have you guys considered a belt squat? Also, we have Tejo and Cool Dude here, by the way. How's it going, Tejo? This is now the Tejo episode, so whatever questions you have, let us know, man.
Isn't he our Mexican drug lord? Is that Tejo?
I believe so. That's him. He said, "Hi, the children, Uncle Mick's here." Run into the depths of the favela that you live in, Tejo. Have you tried a belt squat before, Chase?
Never have. I don't
Okay.
really see their emphasis, I guess.
Very similar to a leg press, if you can configure it.
How do you actually do a belt squat?
Well, there are machines for it, but you can kind of rig it up with a barbell. If you get a like a dip belt or like a chin up belt, and any sort of chain belt, and then you basically just put a barbell basically secured on one side, kind of like it roughly a little bit higher than waist height in a rack. Put a plate or two on it, and then the other side is free floating. You can squat up and down with that.
Okay.
Oh shit!
So
Are you kidding me? Read that.
Tejo?
Tejo.
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 That's amazing, man. We never knew that. How do you pronounce your last name?
Alchik.
All right, Mix. What is your guess, Mick?
Affluct.
Afflect. Yeah, let us know, man. Please continue.
Where are you actually from, Tejo?
Wait, hold on. You're pronouncing the J as like a J sound instead of a huh?
No, I was pronouncing it as an H. Tejo.
The J is a Y in his first name, so it's Tejo from some terrible place. Jesus Christ.
Where's he even from?
Man,
please dox yourself for us, Tejo. Yeah. No, belt squats are cool. I think if there could be like a leg press attachment for the SS racks, that would be a huge help for the population that you guys get.
Well, so there's different variations. Like we have bands, and you can rig the safety bars to where, let's say, at a height to where halfway down you're touching the bands, and people use that with severely weak trainees coming in. So that way you kind of have like this spring and assisted out of the bottom.
Yeah,
and that's worked a lot. I haven't done it personally because I don't have that someone that severe. I could just get them going on like a box squat and slowly just lower the height on the box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen that set up a few times. And then for those who don't understand what that is, essentially there's a box that they're squatting to, but there are bands suspended above the box. So as the person is descending to it, they're interacting with the band before the box. So it's kind of like a reverse banded squat, but with body weight instead of 800 pounds in a squat suit. Yeah. What do you do if you get someone who just can't overhead press? Let's say you just get an older person who just can't press really at all. Like this is just not happening.
I'll make them press against a rack if they just really have some
rack slides.
Yeah, some really bad shoulders, and they can't really get into let's say some extension with their shoulders. And they may be at, let's say, 80 degrees or like a 75-degree incline with their torso and their feet, but
Right.
they're still kind of pressing into the rack and using a little bit of their triceps and not just pinning the weight against the rack.
And then do you still alternate with that with the bench, or do you try to just put
Oh
that
yeah,
after a
because
bench?
usually that person can still bench. Like I haven't really seen anyone who can't bench, but they're okay pressing.
I mean, like, do you let's say if you get someone who's like severely undertrained, do you still go bench, press, rack slide, bench, or do you just
yeah.
go bench, 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 and then put the pressing in afterwards?
No.
Okay. Man, I would love to work with someone like that. That would be really interesting. What do you expect when it comes to progression? What do you expect? Do you just automatically go to 2.5-pound jumps there? Do you go to 1? Do you go to 5? Do you for the first? Just gauge it off bar speed.
For example, for like with these 7-year-olds, I instantly just did 3s.
Okay.
Instead of the normal like 3x5 with everything, I figured
triples.
I figured I don't know what the couples lifting their activity level is. It could be them walking around. It could just them fucking around and playing cards with people. Like that's not really active. But if I go in with that pretense of 3x5 is going to work, I'm probably not going to see these people the next session because they're going to be too sore. Yeah, and they're going to be real hurting. So we talked to the lady today, and she said that she wasn't too sore, but she could feel it a little bit, and that's exactly what I want. To where they feel like they've done something,
right,
and they're not in this weird state of soreness to where they're reconsidering why even coming in. So 3s work really well for them. I didn't really modify her press or anything like that. Usually it's fine. Like as you're kind of going through the teaching progression, if someone's really troublesome with their balance and stuff, that's when we'll go, okay, hey, let's just go ahead and just slide it up against the rack. I think it's an easy fix.
Okay. Yeah, I like the rack slides. It's also funny in the bodybuilding community, they also really like the rack slide press. You can get a really good front delt squeeze on it. Yeah. There's a lot of bodybuilders who it's like, I can't get my arms completely over my head anymore, so I'm doing those. It's pretty sick. It's like you've gone full circle. It seems nice. I haven't tried it, but it seems nice. How are you doing, Mick?
I'm going good. So we're actually live on Twitter as well today. So there you go.
We are.
Yeah, if you go to the Strength Club 1.
I can't wait to get us banned on that too.
I had no idea.
Well, we have 0 viewers at the moment, so you need at least one to complain,
boys.
to watch to complain.
Damn it.
I'm glad the robots couldn't hear the pre-chat. How's Australia doing?
Australia's good, man. I know we're getting a lot of shit in the news lately, but there's nothing going on.
You guys in Canada are just getting shit on constantly, nonstop.
I know. You get like one bad video of some police doing some dumb shit, and then it's just like, you're all getting fucked over. And it's like, I don't know, man. Just everyone's just going about their business at the moment. So, yeah, anyway, it's all good.
It's all good, man. That's pretty sick. How many gigs recently?
We're not talking about any of that stuff, are we?
Why can't you just tell? This is for me. This is for me. And then
okay, well, I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you after the podcast is over about my personal life.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, how's training going, guys? What are you guys doing?
Mick, let's hear it.
Yeah, Mick, how's training been going, dog?
Not a whole lot of anything, to be honest. No, I've just been deadlifting and benching and doing chin-ups, basically. That's pretty much
that's sick.
Pretty much all I've been doing. I've not been squatting a lot in the last year, and I tried to get under the bar a few weeks ago to do a squat, and my shoulders just like, well, no, you're not doing that anymore. So I was like, all right, well, that's it.
How's the press TM going? The press. How's it going?
I haven't been pressing either.
Okay. Just titties only, man. Just press.
Why not? Can you not press or something like that?
I just kept getting back tweaks from it, and I know it's just a form issue that a coach could probably fix up. But yeah, just both squats and presses, I just kept getting these constant back tweaks, and I was just like, I just can't be fucked with it anymore. So
just can't be fucked. Every time I hear that, that's awesome.
Can't be fucked.
Just can't.
Yep. So yeah, so I pretty much only deadlift and bench and chin ups now, and I'm a lot happier and less injured. But it's something a coach would sort out for me pretty quickly. But I'm a lazy motherfucker, so what are you gonna do?
Hey man, that's an interesting valley to be in of the fitness space. Exceedingly
What's
late.
that?
Disinterested in
Like,
exercising.
I am, it's not fun for me. I don't enjoy it. I do it to keep some level of health and fitness, and to look reasonable.
Okay,
It's
reasonable.
keeping
They're like,
this.
that's an adult. Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
On the other
exactly.
end of having fun, Chase, how's your training going?
That's all right, man. I'm kind of making, I think, glacier progress with my Olympic stuff.
Okay.
I think I've kind of came to an epiphany that I'm messing up my jump position. So for the snatch, for example, like I always jump forward and I go and chase the bar. After consulting the master Ripito, he said that my start position, I need to be way on my heels, ass a little bit higher. I'm like, Rip, it feels like if I get my ass up any higher, it's just I'm doing like basically a deficit
Yeah.
or a stiff leg. And he's like, yeah, I don't think the hip height is wrong. I would like it a little bit higher. I go, yeah, of course you do, but it's fine, right? The heel position, like he wants me a little bit back in the heels. That was kind of getting used to. I showed him videos of me doing like a block snatch and then a normal snatch, and the block snatch feels really good because my shins are actually pulled back a little bit, and the bar path was way more vertical, right over the midfoot. So he goes, right there shows me that you just basically did this exercise to show you that your bottom position is fucked up. Like you don't really need to worry about doing a partial range of motion with the snatch or the clean. Okay, I
Do
see
you
that.
still, I'm sorry to interrupt, do you still step forward at all whenever you're snatching from blocks?
Yeah, well,
Less so?
hit and miss. Yeah, it's less. It's
Also,
definitely
Jeff
less.
Riggins in the post. Pal posting from Jeff.
Nice.
How's it going, Jeff?
What's up, Jeff?
Toss us some questions. We're going to start form checks in a minute, but we always love to hear from you. That's really interesting. Have you tried ever going in the complete opposite direction and starting with your hips lower and then just accepting an S bar path just for fun, see what happens? How does that go?
I have, and it's worse.
It's worse? Okay.
Yeah,
Have you considered getting good or no?
I'm trying to, man.
You're trying your best.
Like I said, I've had like a little bit of an epiphany where I am fucking the bar, so I'm like opening up too soon. My hips are reaching forward, and it's popping the bar out in front. My chest isn't up on the catch because the bar is still 2 inches in front of me whenever I go to rack it. So I said, okay, well, maybe I just need to lean over a little bit more and think about almost like hitting my gut while being bent over and then snatch like that.
Oh, dude.
Almost like a bent over row,
I have more questions for you, Chase. But Jay Russo in the chat. How's it going, Jay Russo? You going to a seminar, man? You bodybuilding? What are you been up to? Let us know. Have you tried incorporating muscle snatches or muscle cleans into your warm up where
Yes.
the bar is floating off of you the entire time?
Yes.
How do those go?
About the same.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So then wouldn't that rule out the hip contact as a factor?
I don't think so.
Well, because if what your previous theory was is that the hip contact or thigh contact that you're getting is physically pushing the bar forward, wouldn't
but
the
problem
removal
is
of
like,
that contact be partially a solution?
so I've never done muscle snatches or muscle cleans, but I've done. Well, actually, I take that back. I have done muscle snatches, not muscle cleans. The problem with it though is that I'm just so goddamn strong that I can just fix the bar path on its own. But then whenever I actually go to like get my ass up off the floor and push and do a full range of motion snatch, that's is where like shit starts falling apart.
Interesting.
Who's the guy that everyone keeps putting in your comments as the guy to get coaching from?
Yeah.
What's that guy's name?
What is it? Catalyst something?
Nah.
I don't know.
No. Do you
I mean,
read
there's
your
a-
comments on your posts, Chase?
Hardly.
Hardly.
Mm.
Who's
There
coaching
was
you
someone-
on the Olympic lifts? Jeff
Yeah.
Riggins had that question.
It's kind of multiple people, and it's not like a full blown like this coach or this guy is watching every single rep. Mostly it's me. So Jeff said it's Greg Everett. I don't think I've ever heard him.
Catalyst Athletics. There we go. That's what it is. I knew it was Catalyst something. I was like, Catalyst Olympics? That sounds stupid. Thank you, Jeff.
But no, I have like Rip looks at it occasionally. A coach down in Houston, Josh Wells. They have varying opinions.
Right.
They sometimes will agree on some things, and other times it's like, well, no, let's try this. And then I have Ripito in my head where he's like, no, don't try what Josh said. And then Josh is like, no, I think Rip is wrong about that. So it's kind of a conundrum, and I'm really hard headed, so I kind of just want to figure shit out on my own.
Mhm.
And I'm kind of slowly making progress, like I stated earlier, but I really do need someone there watching me in person.
I still think it's the fucking catch position, man. I still think it's
But
the
the
catch.
problem is if I'm looping the bar path somewhere, it's gonna fuck up my catch.
Not
Like I know the
necessarily.
catch. I don't know. I think it is.
So
I
imagine
think
a
I'm-
scenario where your bar path is perfectly straight. Is it possible for you to screw up the catch?
Yes, there is.
Right. So then in that case, if it's possible to screw up the catch with the perfect bar path, it's possible to screw up the catch even with a shitty bar path.
But
So
at
like
the same
to,
time,
to
like
me, it
every
looks
time
like
that I
you're.
pull straight, I'm fine. Like I don't fuck up the catch.
But I think that's also related to loading. You're only pulling submaximal loads straight. So whenever, like to me, and also I'm just throwing my hat in with Rip and Josh
Mhm.
and everybody else and their fucking mom who's
Mhm.
telling you about their Olympic lifts. To me, it looks like you're attempting to come up rather than to sink down into it. So when you're coming up into it, your arms are not perfectly straight yet. The torso is still projecting forward force, and then you're just having to catch under it. You
Yeah,
know,
the
if
reason why though is because I'm trying to slam forward and rack it because the bar is still 2 inches out in the front.
you can manage that with the jump position, you could manage that by being more patient and letting it come down and back. It doesn't have forward momentum at that point. So I'm not
Mhm.
sea kyling everybody, but if you let it sit back in there, I think be more patient. I don't know. I'm excited to see it. Are you lifting at all when you're down there in February?
Yeah, I'll be actually be in town a little bit earlier. I got to see my folks and stuff like that. So I'll be there like um, Thursday and Friday. And
Oh,
Friday is usually whenever I do like my heavy attempts on the snatch and the clean and jerk.
We should do a live strength club podcast from the Starting Strength studio.
You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna hear a lot of
I'll
cussing.
just be doing curls in the background. Chase will be lifting actual weights.
Yeah.
Here we go. Jay Russo said, I wrote a mail to you, Mick, some months ago regarding my lower back pain. Thanks again for your response there. Said, I trained some weeks, but it was really hard to maintain motivation squatting 25 kg or similar. I left it some months ago and was starting again. Yeah,
That was
man, you
my
got it.
advice. That was my advice. Do
Was
nothing
just
for 6 months.
fucking leave.
Do nothing. Never bend over. Get a walking stick.
Hire someone to pick up stuff for you on the ground.
Exactly. Yep.
Teo said, I had a tweak that went away with the whole 25 reps with just the bar star protocol. Yeah, the
Yeah,
star protocol is
the
really
only
good
way
for
to do
load
it.
management. Really good for load management. It's really good for forcing a lifter to take weight off the bar.
It's the only way that I had multiple back tweaks, just over and over again. Every 6 weeks, I'll have like a back tweak.
Mm-hmm.
And
God
yeah,
damn,
I'll just
dude.
star it every.
I know,
I mean,
right?
that's why I stopped squatting. It's just I just can't deal with it anymore. But yeah, every time I did it, it's just star protocol every single time, and it just get cleared up within sort of a week or two.
I think that's more related to you taking weight off the bar.
What's that? Oh, you think I was lifting too heavy?
I think you were probably just your expectations didn't
probably.
match reality.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Here we go. We got a question here. We got, for an intermediate lifter that wants to put on weight, is the answer always just more calories, or is there merit to adding muscle-specific exercises for additional tissue in addition to training according to starting strength? What do you guys think?
Get me on my toes.
I know. It took a while for that to pop up. Chase?
So I think there's a more scientific way with like approaching the calories answer. It's adjusting the macros, man. Like you don't just need to eat a shit ton of calories. Let's say you're averaging about 1,800 now. Let's jump up to like 22,000, and of that,
22,000.
I'm sorry, 2,200. I can't.
Is that the Chase Lindley diet?
Yeah, where you just times everything by like 100. But like the 400 extra calories that you're getting, it's not just the McDonald's meal that you're getting. I think if you skew it where you're eating more protein, maybe adjusting the carbs and the fat slightly, you'll be fine. Because I mean, the lifts that we're doing, we're focused on the movement patterns, right? And by us focusing on those, one of the benefits is that our muscles increase in cross-sectional area and they get bigger. I think you would kind of waste a few precious moments in the gym if you're trying to incorporate more exercises in building something. Now, granted, there is a time and a place for it. Like for the
Can you guys
difference
see
between,
this?
Yeah.
Yep.
You can see someone squatting.
No.
Oh no, I just see the video.
Oh, you tricked me.
Video.
Yeah, there's a
Alright.
video screen open, but there's just
Yeah.
nothing on. I got scared for a second. There's like, what's Alex? What's Alex looking at?
All right, hold on, boys. We're having some Windows Media Player errors.
But what I was saying is, let's take like your bicep for example. If you want to grow your biceps, I think the best way to do that would be a barbell curl, not doing like chin ups or a lat pull down or anything like that, because again, you're isolating that specific muscle. Yeah, I'm going to go with the normal. Hey, just eat a little bit more calories, but I think you need to increase your protein.
Yeah, man. So I think like the tissue is not going to come from nowhere. The tissue has to come from somewhere. You're going to have to increase the amount of food you're eating at some point. If you're eating a maintenance and you weigh 200 pounds, you want to get to 220, it has to come from somewhere. You're going to have to increase calories at some point down the line. The way you can do it is tactfully or not tactfully, like Chase was saying. It doesn't have to be McDonald's. It should probably just be like specific dosings of proteins and extra carbs, too much extra fat. I would say it's valuable to add those accessory exercises if it's valuable to you. Understand that they're not going to provide as big a strength return as you think they are. Like it's okay to add in. I'm going to add in 2 extra sets of lat pull downs or a few extra sets of rows. Don't expect it to provide strength results within like 6 weeks or something. That's not going to happen at all. But if you do that for like 3 years and then you have an extra inch on both your lats, you'll probably have a little bit of a bigger deadlift. You have a bigger chin up, things like that. Same thing if on the end of let's say your third workout for the day, you typically add in like some extra dumbbell benching. That dumbbell benching is not going to carry over to your bench 1-to-1. Like I can't imagine if Chase was like, oh, I'm going to dumbbell overhead press, the 90s. It's like that's not going to help his strict press. I don't know. Do you think that would help your strict press, Chase?
I'm kind of in the realm where like I need a little bit more advanced shit, so it may help. But again, like I now have to sacrifice more time in the gym and stuff like that I don't have. So I got to use exercises that best fit, the goals that I'm trying to achieve with getting my press stronger. And I think I can achieve that with doing like, partial ranges of motions, stuff that is similar to the press itself.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like if the joint angles are similar, the contraction speed is similar, the weight ranges are similar, and then how long the rep is actually taking. Like if you have a really grindy, like slow overhead press that takes 7 seconds to complete, a jerk probably won't really help you too much, because the contraction speeds are so wildly different. We're gonna play this squad in the background real quick. This is Max Denny. He's the maximum Denny. Yeah, Jay Russo. Yeah, so goblet squats typically have a deeper ROM than the below parallel barbell squat. Like goblet squats can be done incredibly deep. So like again, if you've discovered that the range of motion is the problem, just cut out that range of motion. You know what I mean? Try a box squat. Run a box squat block. Never touch that ROM, and then see what happens. Yeah, box squats. Actually, I didn't read that before you said it, but certainly box squats. Chase, can you see these squats for maximum Denny?
You're kind of blocking his feet a little bit, but I think I can.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Oop, how's that?
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, it's better.
Okay.
But this is also kind of a shitty angle with.
It is.
Seeing a lot.
Where do you guys think Max Denny's at? He's working in like what seems to be a home fabricated rack.
Have we seen him before?
I don't know. It kind of looks a little bit like a jungle.
Yeah, I reckon we have.
Yeah, I thought we were like in. We guessed this guy before, and I thought he said he was like in Paraguay or some shit like that.
This seems very South American. These are very South American vibes.
Very green and lush.
I know. We're looping back on this one. How would you fix this, Chase?
I'd get him to squeeze his abs a little bit more and lean over.
Oh.
You're still kind of raising the chest a little bit.
Yeah.
As you come up like right there, some chest drive. Another way of solving this too is to tuck the chin a little bit. You kind of can see his head moving a little bit before the bar is actually. So Jay Russell's actually the one from Paraguay.
Jay Russell's from Paraguay.
Someone's from fucking Paraguay. I don't know. Like we
had Jay Russo from Paraguay. Teo from who knows where. He's just a handsome German guy from Argentina. No one knows why his parents moved there. We're not sure. Oh man, yeah, Jay Russo. Waiting for the SS Spanish version. Yeah,
there is.
It's already out, isn't it?
Yep.
I think it's out. Oh, it's officially. I thought it was in the process of dropping.
Nope,
okay, there you go, man.
It's out.
Yeah, get that shit. That's exciting. Yeah, I would agree about the chest drive here. I think just more hips and then be really confident in it. These are chesty; they get on the toes, and also you don't really have any safety set up. Like get some sawhorses, get whatever you can figure out. Drive the hips up. Don't be afraid of failing the rep. I think a lot of people who squat without safeties always drive their chest up because they're really afraid of failing the rep. I think that's what we're seeing here. All right, we got a bunch of tricky
hear
stuff.
me out. You can use the fear of death to help you here.
That's a very good point. All right, there's I didn't freeze it on this frame specifically, guys. It just happened this way. I didn't. I didn't mean to.
I think we saw this video. We saw this video last week, didn't we?
I know, but this is now in higher quality.
Oh, okay.
Oh, beautiful press. Last time it was super choppy. Now I can finally see it.
That chick is jacked as shit.
Man, even the guy who's spotting has some nice biceps here, boys.
Yeah, we called him Jesus, remember?
Check those out. Yeah. I know. Now I'm just admiring everything that's happening in full in full.
So when are you moving to Perth?
Bam! Alex? There she is, boys.
Well, look at those.
That's
belts.
Tricky's. That's Tricky's wife.
Probably.
Yeah, wait, Tricky. Let us know if that's your wife, man.
Oh, he got married. Wait, did he have a baby as well?
I don't know. But
I feel like he should be reproducing though.
He should be reproducing. How do we feel about this bench? Any comments for the bench?
I like to see a little bit more leg drive and
really.
Yeah, because he can. I mean, he's letting it kind of sink down and he's heating it back up. I know he's trying to do maybe a comp bench style here, but I still want more re-emphasizing of the arch, making sure it's not flattening at all.
So, do you want more passive leg drive for the whole thing, or more active leg drive on the heave?
No, I want all leg
passive.
Drive throughout the whole entire. Yeah, so passive.
I think to add to that, I would try to get it back over the shoulder faster. This seemed like it hung out a little bit low for long. I think slam the elbows out.
He probably touched low too, So
yeah.
Look, this is kind of like if this works for competition day, hey, use it. You're kind of bending the rules here, but this can be a little bit more efficient.
Oh, here we go. We have another older Tricky bench, but this time I don't think there's any beautiful people in it outside of Trick.
Someone getting arrested, Mick?
Oh, wait. I think that's the same girl in the background. That has to be her. That's definitely the same. You can see my cursor just circling over this poor one. Has to be the same. She works at that gym, clearly. That's the same structure of person. All right, this gives us a better clue about the bar path. How are you feeling about this bar path, Chase?
Yeah, it's definitely better here. But I still want a little bit of a higher touch.
Yeah. Yeah, the higher touch will solve the bar path problem, because I think when I see a lot of people do what he's doing and just pop in between reps, that means they're not pressing it back over the shoulder completely. They're just kind of getting it back a little bit, and then they can't actually hold it there, so they're just bouncing it or popping out of the top position. Yeah, I think higher touch point, get it over your shoulder completely. One thing that you will see is that people will have their arm, still angled down, but they'll bend their wrist back to move the bar back over the shoulder. I really don't like that. I like to get everything right on top of it. Maybe I'm just watching this video a million times for that lady in the background. Who knows? We'll see. We're unsure, but she has better biceps than mine, and it's really sick. All right, we'll go to the next video. All right, so we have an early Tricky deadlift.
So was this like a him leaving, or
this? I think this was just the deadlift before that last PR single we saw.
Gotcha.
Oh man, he's touching and he is going fast.
Tricky, man.
This video is 30 seconds. He's just banging it out.
We had such high hopes for you, dude.
This is a lot of reps at 405. How many more? I think 2 more, or is it 1 more?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Nope, that's it. All right, Mick, you're responsible for counting.
It's just many. That's all I got. All I got was many, and any reasonable person should have passed out by now with blood coming out of their mouth.
No.
There's like a dude on the rower behind. He's just getting his head in shot.
He's just
photo bombing this incredible.
He just keeps leaning over. How do you feel about these,
Incredible.
Chase?
The big learning issue, man, is just the bouncing. If you want to do volume, I understand, but you're kind of sacrificing your back here, getting your back into extension and keeping it like that. So every time you're bouncing, you're kind of getting a little bit loose, and each time you're bouncing, you're getting more loose. Just kind of slow it down. It's going to take a lot longer, of course, but you're going to be in better shape further down the line if you continue doing a bunch of volume shit with setting the back.
Check this out. Chase is 100% right to add to this. This is how I always try to convince people to get away from these volume touch and go landmarks. The fatigue cost of this touch and go deadlift is very high. This actual deadlift is so dissimilar to a heavy 1RM that you're really not getting much technical practice or much skill practice setting your back, getting tight in a position. So he could probably use 365, something like that. Let's just, if this is 405, he can use 365. Use less weight, get a better stimulus out of it, get better technical practice, and be less fatigued, and it will carry over to his actual 1RM deadlift more. Because I've done touch and go deadlifts before. I've tried them for training blocks. I've tried them for other people. I've never found it to have a really good carryover to the 1RM. It's really good at carrying over to touch and go deadlifts. Like if you're doing it as a party trick in CrossFit, it's great. It doesn't seem to have that big of a carryover to, let's say raw strength or anything like that. Because like there's going to come a time where you'll have to grind on a deadlift for 4 or 5 seconds, and you just won't have that practice of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say if you took a plate off the bar and then practiced it with single rep deadlifts or like full reset deadlifts, you have a better time of it. Any thoughts, Mick?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Classic Mick. All right, hold on. I think we have a squat now. Guys. For some reason, this is at a lower resolution than the other ones. So hopefully that girl doesn't walk by again. That'll be disappointing. I keep obscuring.
There she is.
Was that her? I didn't look.
I don't know.
No, that's not her. Chase, come on.
How do you know it's not her?
That one in the back was. There she was. Hold on.
Wait, hold on. What? How?
One.
Her, the one with the band?
Bam.
I think this place is just full of just Nordic,
everybody
big
just looks
goddesses.
the same.
Everyone is all the same.
We're all the
It's
European
like a clone
immigrants who
factory.
went.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, it could be. I think it's the same person. I'm contending it's the same person. All right, these squats look like they're what, 335?
On a bit. Yeah, 335, yeah.
335?
Yeah.
Okay. And he paused just for fun deep into the set. That's pretty sick.
I don't know about the girls just walking through the racks as he's squatting.
Just lackadaisical, not even care.
They're just trying to throw him off. That's
I
an
know.
extra level of difficulty for this.
There's like a massive orgy going on behind him, and he's just the only dude who's trying to live.
He's doing his thing, man. Yeah, Tricky's always had a really pretty squat. Let's just pause it at his pause grab for him. What a good bottom position. Look at this. How nice is that? I think the knees aren't a little far back. What do you think, Chase?
On the other reps, I like to see his knees actually get there a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
And kind of, get into place. But, at the bottom, of course, he's going to find the correct position because he has to be there to balance himself.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of see him like some of these. He's dancing around a little bit in his feet, or in his shoes, rather. So, yeah, if he's setting the knees a little bit faster, he'll be able to get into that midfoot position.
Yeah, I would focus on getting the knees for a fast like Chase. I think he's almost maybe shoving the knees out too much for the stance width. I really don't like seeing this shin angle out here. Like when the shins are, you know what I'm talking about, Chase? When the shins get pointed out because of how much they're shoving the knees out. Yeah, varus. Yeah, it's very stance width dependent. If he just moved the stance out, I don't think it would really qualify as that. But I found that
he may have a good stance width, but just turn his toes in just a little bit.
You think? Oh, you think toes in? Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. Toes in, possibly heels out, possibly wider, something like that. But yeah, these are super solid. I would love to see a heavy single. He may actually have sent that in after that. We're not sure. That's the first. That guy out of there is the first not. He's the first out of shape person we've seen. So shame on him, really. All right, that was the last tricky video. We're going to Brandon, and then Brandon spells his name with a Y.
Let's go, Brandon.
I know. What does that mean, Chase? Stay in your lane.
Let's go, Brandon.
No, you can't have opinions. Oh, damn. Okay. What do you guys think's on the bar here? 145 and then thin ones.
I don't know, dude. I'm gonna say like maybe 205, 225.
Those look like 25s to me. So we're 235. I think it's 255. I think these are 25s and then a 10. How do you feel about these squats, boys?
Stance is pretty wide. I like to see that.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell, like, he's just really kicking back into the hips too. He's exaggerating it, and it's kind of saving him too because this wide stance is not really letting him go too far on his knees and kind of getting a knee slide.
Mhm.
But he's sacrificing his adductors, getting a nice good little strain on there. Bring in the stance, learn how to bend your knees too, kind of like we were telling Tricky here, and just try to get your knees over your toes and go straight down.
Yeah. This is how I like people to squat who have absurdly short torsos. If you're just cursed with having a little sausage torso and you have very long legs, it's going to be wide. You're going to be like, oh wow, that guy his femurs are just moving constantly, Yeah. Do you think moving the whole stance in, would you change the toe angle or the heel position at all?
No, his heels are fine, but definitely his toe angles need to come in.
Yeah, that's very severe. That looks very severe to me. Yeah. One thing I will note is that with wider stance, it is quite hard to drive the hips up if you have a very wide stance. Wide stance, they tend to lend themselves to what's it called? Drive with the chest. Anything else for Brandon?
Just a huge yawn.
I know. I yawn. I just tried to fight back a yawn.
I don't know why the fuck I'm yawning, man, because I had to eat I just ate not too
What'd you
long
have,
ago.
man?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, we had a shitty ass it was a Greek
What, a
spot
burger?
here.
Greek?
No. Yeah, it was called Basil, and it was all right, man.
I love Greek food, man.
Greek
Yeah,
food's
you
great.
wouldn't
I
like
don't
it.
think I trust Greek food in Oklahoma City though.
Nah, man, we fucked up.
Yeah, I know
But
you did.
what dish
But the
did you
Thai, so I had two. I had the lamb shank and I don't know how to pronounce this word, but it's like the Iskandar or some shit like that.
Iskandar?
I don't know.
What
but
dish is
it was
that?
basically, it was like a kebab meat. It was spicy.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone Greek.
That
in the
sounds
chat,
delicious,
let me know.
man. I'm sorry.
I mean, it did sound delicious, but like the meat, you can tell is like almost like the shitty Walmart style salsa. Like it's supposed to be hot, but it wasn't that good, man.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
I would
You're
not
letting
get
the Greek
Greek food.
people of Oklahoma down.
I think that those Greek people letting Greek people down.
Those are the only people in Greece who have jobs. They all had to
Greek
move to
food's
America.
great, Jeff Riggins. You just need to get it from actual Greek people.
Yeah, that's the hard thing.
Yeah.
Like Greek people who give a shit.
I've only had good experiences with Greek food, but I'm
Oh, me
always so
too.
cautious about it.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Also-
dude, it could definitely fuck you up.
This guy consistently on Hard Gains here, he's submitted videos by a few names. He just has like calf veins. Just
He has
all
what?
over the place. He has calf veins all over the place.
It's
He just has,
varicose
like,
veins or just calf veins?
No, they're not varicose veins, right? So it's not any sort of varicocele like where you're seeing like some malreabsorption of blood and it's like purpley and then it's all veins. Like he just has like jacked guy bicep veins, but just all over his calf for some reason. He just has really lean calves constantly. I don't
Are
know
you
what the hell.
jealous?
Of
Are you
course
jealous?
I'm jealous. I would love to have calves. If I just had like shredded calves all the time, that'd be great.
I mean,
Right,
you
these-
think the fact he has these, he has the diagrams up on the wall, his
Right.
squat would be.
It's
little-
decent. I mean,
It's not
hold
bad.
on.
Not bad.
Let's try and pause this. That's his deepest rep is rep 1, right there. Let's see
No,
if we
he was
can-
a little bit deeper than that.
Okay, he got deeper on later reps. But
No,
yeah, he's holding
so
the knees
there,
back way too much. Holding the
Yeah.
knees back way too much.
He's just fucking it up, man.
That's a good question, G-Lock.
G-Lock's been watching Joe Rogan, that's for sure.
Oh my god, I did get questions from 3 or 4 clients who were like, "Should I add in backwards treadmill
God.
work for my
Wait, so
for my knee
this
health?"
was on Joe Rogan's shit?
The knees
Yeah.
over toes guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And it's like he's put in a lot of like, good effort into making people not afraid of moving their knees. Like a lot of people think that their knees are really fragile for some reason.
Yeah.
Where it's just like they're really resilient. Like go and do sports and then you'll be totally fine.
Yeah.
If you're a desk jockey who just like takes 2,000 steps a day and only squats, hey, very much so. Go and get some extra work in.
All you need to know about this, Chase, is that the guy
Cool
is a
dude.
white guy. Now he says he can dunk.
Oh, okay.
I've never tried to dunk. I wonder if I could dunk.
What's your vertical?
It's pretty decent. It's not terrible.
Like what? What are we talking?
It's higher than most people's. I've never officially measured it. I think it's in the mid to high 20s. I would like to officially test it.
That's slightly above average.
I think it's slightly above average. Time to lift. Cool dude. Later, man. This says cool dude 71 now. But yeah, the knees over toes guy has been killing me. It's just like, because like all proper training in bodybuilding and powerlifting and starting strength, we all recommend getting your knees out past your toes.
Mhm.
I don't know who recommends not keeping your knees or keeping your knees behind your toes. I don't know who does that.
Bros at the gym.
I really don't know who does that. It drives me
Personal
crazy.
trainers.
All right, we have Justin JDM here. And this is interesting because JDM means Japanese domestic market for cars. So if you have a JDM car, that means it was imported from Japan.
I'm sure that's what this guy.
So he could be
That's
a
the
Japanese.
reason for the name.
He
He's
could
an
be a
Autobot?
Japanese car.
He's
He's an
driving-
Autobot.
He's
Japan.
driving a 1980s Toyota Sprinter.
Oh God, I would love that.
So
Really
about as
would.
nerdy as I get is that car. One anime that I watched.
Initial D. It's a good one. I saw a few of those cars while I was in Japan. They're pretty sick. Chase, how are you feeling about this press, man? I want to see if we line up here. We may have conflicting opinions.
One, I'm going to say, look, why are you not using your hips?
Mm-hmm.
I would like for you to use your hips, but there's no turning back now, so we're just going to have to deal with this. But I want to see your elbows still in front of the bar as it's kind of approaching where your eyes are. You're flaring them out a little bit too much, and
Yeah,
maybe
really.
even need to widen the grip a little bit. I'd say probably about a finger width,
there.
maybe even two. Yeah.
Yeah, this position kills me. So yeah, we ended up agreeing. I was wondering if Chase was going to say widen the grip up or not. He needs to widen the grip up. This grip is way too narrow. Whenever I see the elbows pop out like that, essentially what they're doing, the elbows are trying to get more in line with the bar. So when the triceps extend, they're pushing in a direction that moves the bar up. If the elbows are too far forward, right? So let's say you're in this position, the elbows are too far forward and I'm like here. If I extend my arm, I'm pushing the bar away from me and then now forward to midfoot. So the elbows go out to the side. That way, that force is being put vertically into the bar. So as the arm extends, it's still going, it's being retained by your hands being in the same position on the bar. If your hands could slide out, you would just do this instead. But I hate this overly narrow grip. I've been seeing this a good bit, actually. Have you been seeing a trend with people pressing in more narrow grips, Chase? At like seminars, things like that?
No.
Okay. I think it may be a misinterpretation or an overinterpretation of what we recommend for the grip.
Yeah, basically I tell people, man, you need to get a hand width outside your shoulder. So if you're approaching the
okay.
bar, like if you're the bar here, my camera is, I'm approaching it just like a zombie, right? My arms are straight out in front of me. And then where you grab it, if you kind of look at the angle of your arm, if it's straight, usually that works. But sometimes I'll have people widening out just a little bit to where there's some sort of an angle a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think it better has the elbow and the forearm all in a better position to where they're stacked over each other.
For sure. Yeah, I think a lot of this guy's woes are coming from how narrow the grip is, especially just getting stuck in that position. That position sucks. And then first rep, he does pop onto his toes as well. That's a whole thing. All right, Jeff Riggins, if I press SS style press grip, the bar always blasts forward, got to go wider personally. I think the elbows are either too low or too high, and you're likely too narrow, like Justin Japanese domestic market is. What do you think, Chase?
Yeah, I like to see your press, Jeff. So it could be a matter of where your elbows are relative to the bar. So like what Alex is saying, if they're behind or in front of it, usually we want them in front of it for a vast majority of the time on the bar path. But at any point that they start not doing what they're supposed to with being in front of the bar, you'll fuck it up.
Mm-hmm. We have a second press here from Justin. This one seems like there's more weight on. Hold on, I'm going to restart this so we can see how much we got. We got 135, 55, 65, 70. I think this is 170. Okay. All right,
So, yeah,
dude.
he threw his hips.
Yeah. And then bounce. Teo, what does this mean?
No, that's the meat that I just had. It's like Iskender.
Oh.
Yeah.
Iskender. Would you get it again, Chase? Would you Iskender a second time?
Yeah, just not from this place.
All right, what's their name, man? You just got to call them out.
I think it's basil, just basil, like the plant.
See, that doesn't sound Greek at all.
That doesn't. All right.
Basil.
They picked a fucking a herb.
Something
like,
that people would recognize that.
Yeah, like they could have named themselves pesto and then been fucking fine.
What's the good takeout joint in Oklahoma City?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like the place that's actually good that I like.
Chase, I think this may be a you thing.
What?
This may be a you thing, Chase. Look at how good their reviews are.
No, dude.
4.6 out of
Yes,
1,075.
I know, dude. It's not that good because all the motherfuckers who left reviews are native Oklahomans, and they never had anything that's resembling Greek food. So just look at this picture that this motherfucker sent.
This doesn't look that good.
Yeah, it doesn't look good at all.
This doesn't look that good.
That's kind of what I got, and I mean, it kind of just.
Is that a giant worm in the middle, or is it onion?
That's an onion.
An onion.
This may be Iskender. Is this Iskender? Is that what this is?
This does not look good at all.
All right, tell me whenever. Is this Iskender?
That was the first picture that you had on was.
Oh, for real? This one was the. Oh man, I went too far back now. Here we go. This was it.
Yeah, I swear. That's it. Looked exactly like what I had.
I dislike whenever they just kind of give you a bunch of slop and they're like, "Hey, man, you figure it out."
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
It has spices.
I like more organized meals than this. All right, hold on. Let's try and sort this by lowest, and then we'll see what we get. Oh, here we go. Michael Burr says, "Unfortunately, I have to give this a 1 star due to my takeout gyro platter being terrible. As you can see in the photo, it is thin, tough, and dried out. The portion is lighter than usual as well. I've been here to sit down and eat. The platter is amazing. Meat was juicy thick. Not juicy and thick. It was juicy thick. I don't know what to say. Except if you're going to eat there, eat it there." Chase, how do you feel about this? Was this the first time you've been to Basil?
Yeah. That just looks terrible.
This does
that shit looks nasty.
That looks good. Inner Fathead says that looks good. This looks terrible. Maybe Michael Burge had a bad experience.
Anyway,
I think I want to go there, man. What are the good restaurants in Wichita Falls? Where are we going?
All right, look up
glorious Mexican food of California. Jeff,
what's the barbecue joint there? There's a barbecue joint which, like,
oh yeah,
the branding
too, but I mean, it's like it was alright. It wasn't.
Was it this one, Leapers Creek?
I don't know. Leapers Creek.
Leaper Creek.
In Wichita Falls?
No, this is the one before, or a little bit close to Dallas. This is the one that Rip tried to explain the directions to me, but he was using like old-timey directions. He was like, drive, 60 miles, look for an oak tree, turn right at the oak tree, that sort of direction. I was too stupid to understand it.
Did you like it at all?
Leapers Creek was really good. The brisket was amazing. Brisket was like 10 out of 10 here. I really enjoyed it. What's the other one, Chase?
So the place that I think he took Mick to was the Branding Iron.
Branding Iron.
Yeah, I think that's where I went. Yeah, and it
used to be good, but it's kind of lost its touch a little bit.
Do they have okra? I would like to have okra done correctly. I don't think I've ever had it done correctly. Here we go. Shilby Sadiq said, "Complete waste of time and money. I ordered sliced beef brisket and got some beef jerky. It was dry like Texas weather. No flavor or tenderness. Same goes with smoked turkeys. Dickie's Barbecue is better this place.
Ooh, jeez.
Fuck Dickie.
He's calling them out.
That
I
is.
wouldn't recommend it to
not a
anyone who
war.
loves brisket. All right, Sadiq is calling everybody out here. 6 reviews 3 weeks ago. Have you been to Dickie's, Chase?
I think once, dude, and goddamn, it was terrible.
Yeah, it's bad. I've been
It's
there
bad?
as well.
Okay.
It's fucking
bad.
terrible.
All right, branding iron looks pretty sick.
I think
Wasn't bad.
Rusty took me to Dickie's at one of the lunch things.
Oh,
and I
here we
was
go.
like,
That looks good.
Nah, man, branding iron. I mean, it's like I said, it used to be way better,
it was
but it's,
decent. Yeah.
it's
I'm gonna
alright.
get a photo
Yeah.
on top of this horse. Is what I'm gonna
I don't
do.
know if they still have it.
Fuck. All right. What's like the you're going on a hot date Friday night type of place? in Wichita
Pelicans.
Falls?
Look up
Pelican,
pelicans.
like the bird.
Yeah.
What other pelican is there?
I'm just confirming. Just
So
confirming.
this is like was always kind of fancy
Okay. All right.
growing up.
We're going to lowest review though. Still.
What about the Texas Roadhouse or whatever it's called? Roadhouse Grill.
That's good. Texas Roadhouse, man, that's just a franchise. But look up McBride's after this.
All right. So Calm and Easy Miller. He doesn't seem very calm and easy. He said this was probably one of the worst places we dined at across the world.
Wow.
Damn, dude. That's awesome.
I'm sorry, Chase. Your taste is shit. Yeah, Calm
Cat
and Easy
Finn
Miller.
didn't seem to like it either.
88 reviews. All right, hold on.
I like the fact that Scotty P's actually asking people to contact him to
Scotty
let
P's
him know
like,
what
hey,
happened.
like he's calling
Yeah.
people out. Hold on. All right, hold on. We gotta do this guy's reviews. All right. Have you been to Fleming's Prime Steakhouse Wine and Bar, Chase, in Austin?
That sounds
No,
good.
I've not.
It's got the word prime in it. It must be good.
Okay, yeah, this guy is just not very nice. He just seems to fuck places up with his reviews.
Dude, fuck this guy then.
Yeah, he does.
And
oh,
why
here we
the
go.
fuck is he way the fuck in like the Arctic Circle, like leaving a
All right, hold
horrible review?
Yeah, let's see what the review is for the Top of the World Hotel. Let's see if you like this review. I've traveled. All right, here we go. I've traveled 6 continents, all 50 states, 12 islands in the Caribbean, and nearly 100 countries. Never have I experienced such poor PORE customer service before traveling.
Fuck
I
this
mean,
guy.
what does he expect?
He's-
at the top of the world hotel
He's at the
in
top of the world.
bumfuck Alaska.
I just
Dude, I know,
canceled.
it's probably cold as fuck. You're gonna freeze your balls off if you step outside. The fucking clerk
Oh,
just
God.
does not want to be there.
Yeah, he said never. Oh, I canceled a 3-night stay coming for the weekend. About $800 worth. I will stay somewhere else instead.
Yeah, where the
Where?
fuck are you gonna
I'm
stay?
guessing there's
I
not many
know.
hotels there.
You gonna
I don't
build
think
an igloo?
there's. I don't think there's much going on.
Jesus.
Fuck this guy.
Does it have good reviews generally?
All right, he could stay at the Samuel Simmons Memorial Hospital
Or in Utka
or,
Kavik.
or at the airport. Yeah, man, this seems like slim pickings, dog. It seems like here we go. There's a bed and breakfast, latitude 71.
4.8
This has free
star.
breakfast. All right, hold on though. We gotta go back. I'm excited about Pelicans though. Outside of Calm and Easy Miller, I think Pelican seems like a nice restaurant. So this is where you go if you have a hot date in Wichita Falls. Is
Mhm.
Pelican. Okay. What do you typically get there, Chase?
That or dude, I've only been there once. McBride's.
McBride's. All right.
Yeah.
Was it just you and Rusty?
No.
McBride's land and cattle. Can
Yeah.
you buy land there?
No.
Fuck.
Are they the ones that cater the seminar? Or they catered Strength
No.
Con or something?
I'm
Um
What
gonna
happened to
shoot-
Strength Con?
no, that
Strength Con
I
was
think,
great.
I think that was still branding iron.
This is
Okay.
what I picture a restaurant in Texas. This is what I picture a classic,
I
a
fu- so the
classic
reason why-
Texas restaurant.
The reason why I put McBride's is fuck McBride's because for some reason their goddamn fucking menu is always confusing to me about like what type of steak you want, right? Like it just I don't know. I've always found McBride's very irritating, so fuck McBride's.
All right. Well, we're not going to McBride's then. Clearly.
I'm pissed.
So where are you taking Alex?
Yeah. Where
Anyway,
what's the
Here's-
prime?
Here's another one. Hunan's.
Not Pelicans.
Hooters?
Hunan's.
Hunan's?
Hunan's.
That sounds like a Chinese restaurant from the 1980s.
Like Hunan's Wichita Fall Buffet.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, dude, are we going to the
Whoa.
Chinese buffet?
Oh hell yeah.
Hell yeah, boy.
Hunan. Hell yeah.
Hunan. It's
That's
a
it.
province in China. I didn't realize. I thought this was going to be another Texas place. I didn't realize this was just
Is
Chinese
it just
food, though.
is it just a bunch of white people
Yeah.
dressed up as
No,
like
no, no.
old-timey Chinese
This is like
folks
the
with
only,
the
like-
with the straw hat and
This is like the only.
This is
fake
going to be
false
me and
teeth.
Chase. This is what it's going to be. That's what this is.
This
It's
is like
me.
the only
It's Chase.
Chinese people in Wichita Falls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Should I go there after the seminar? Jay Russo, when are you going to the seminar, dog? All right, hold on. Yeah, Snowman. Are you going in February?
Gypsy Kitchen and Bar.
The Gypsy Kitchen? Rip called me a gypsy when he first saw me, so I should probably go here. This would
Not
be
bad.
one of my people.
It's like so like the downtown area is kind of getting more gentrified, and that place has kind of been a hot spot.
All right, help me find the gym here. Where's the gym at?
So I can't really
In relationship to Texas Roadhouse and
Okay,
Sam's
so you're gonna go. So look at it. Scroll to Texas Roadhouse.
Okay.
Actually, it's right by the Euros and Kebabs.
All right, hold on. I'm looking for it.
So you hold on, don't move. So you see the big street in the middle. It says Kemp.
Yes, Kemp Road. I'm a Kemp Boulevard.
Yep. So do you see the Napoli's Italian restaurant?
Napoli's? Yep.
Napoli's? Yeah. Let's call it Napoli's. So go up just a little bit.
You call them eye ties as well.
So you see
Going
where
up?
the Dairy. Hold on. No. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Dairy
down.
Queen right there. Do you see that?
Dairy Queen, check.
Hover above the Dairy Queen.
Hey,
Now,
there it is.
There you go.
I didn't. Oh man, that must be terrible for the obesity rates of the athletic club.
So get
For
this.
Dairy Queen to be that
so
right
hold
there.
on. So I'll tell you a story. So yeah, so the drive-through, where your cursor is, it exit out towards the gym. So you actually have to like drive from Kemp and you make a
So
turn
that's
into
the
Dairy Queen. Yeah, and then Avenue V down Buchanan is where it always spilled out. So on Buchanan, we would push the Prowler. And I remember all the fucking time you would die and just fucking sit there on the edge of Buchanan gasping for air, and people with their goddamn Dairy Queen
How many
ice
Dairy
cream would
Queens?
come by
Call
and,
out.
roll down the window and be like,
Call you a
"Hey,
faggot.
okay?"
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Put your shirt on, sir.
Yeah. Some
God.
bullshit,
All right,
dude.
Chase. I'm going to try to direct you to my Airbnb, and then I want you to tell me if it's safe or not.
Okay.
It was right above. I think it's somewhere above. I remember this being above the park. It's somewhere
Was that
in this
Hamilton?
area.
Oh, that's a good spot. So
That's
here-
the nice part of town with all the
Yeah,
curvy
so
roads.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'll show you where I used to live in Hamilton, or that area. So I want you to find Speedway Boulevard.
Here we go,
Speedway's
wait.
nice. That's where
Jay
the
Russell said, not going yet, but it's one of my objectives. I like the idea of becoming a coach seriously, but it will take some time. Got to coach some people here first. Where are you at, Jay Russell? So Jeff Reagan's in Central California. I have clients in a little bit out of San Diego, in Ventura, and then now in Irvine. So I wonder where he's at. I think maybe Central California is above Ventura and Irvine. I'm not sure, Jeff.
Stockton or something.
Stockton. All right, where are you going, man?
So look up Speedway. Mick, how do you know Speedway?
That was where StrengthCon was at. It was around that Speedway
No,
area.
that was
wasn't
the Speedway Avenue.
Yeah, it
it
sounds
was-
horrible, but it's actually really nice.
It was where the fuck was that? The convention center.
All right, we're at Speedway.
No, it was
Ave.
StrengthCon. It was StrengthCon was there.
I know, but I'm talking about the building itself. The forum. It's by the forum.
Yeah, the forum.
All right, so you're on Speedway there.
Yeah, I'm Speedway.
So you're gonna have to look up 1679 Speedway Avenue.
1679.
Is there a sign out the front saying this is where Chase Lindley
A
lived?
former home
No.
of Chase.
So this was it was some badass apartments, man. It's kind of like a quadruplex. Yeah. So freeze real
Wait,
quick. So
I'm here.
I'm up on the topper right hand. That's where I used
The
to hang
topper right.
out. Mhm.
You have a little balcony?
Yeah, I had a
Just feel
balcony.
sorry for your neighbors who lived underneath you.
Oh
You
yeah.
fucking standing around.
So the
They
time
just
that I
move
lived
out.
there, no, the time that I lived there, I had like this dude who was like, I think going through a divorce or some shit. Like, he had his son there occasionally, and like he would be there occasionally, but not too much. And I remember one time I had these big ass speakers, and I was blaring music, cleaning my apartment, and I heard him knock on the floor. And I'm like, is that is that the bass of like the song? What the fuck is this? And and I turned down the volume, and I could hear him just beating the fuck out of the ceiling below me.
And did you walk downstairs and he opened the door and he apologized to you?
It's all good, dude.
All right, Mick, if you get an email about this, let me know.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Let me know, man. I told him that you were trying to sell the place in roughly 6 months. All right, here we go. We got a few comments. All right, Fresno, 3 hours from San Fran, 3 from LA, 2 hours from the beach, 2 hours from the Sequoias. That's quite the place, man. That's quite the interesting. Did you have to deal with the whole wildfire thing? Was that a problem for you, man? All my other California clients complained about it. Erg, is that what his name is? Erg? Yeah, Erg. Okay. All right. Erg says, I'm on a 4-day TM and I want to press 3 days a week. What should I make the third day? Another volume session or something like pressing from pins? What do you think, Chase? It depends on what your benching is to start, but tell us what your benching is.
Yeah. Like my go-to usually if I'm adding in a third day of pressing is a pin press day because usually it comes to the point where you've done enough singles or just enough heavy intensity presses. You're starting to fail them at a specific range of motion, whether it be just above your head, forehead height, eyes, or some shit like that. I'm going to start putting in some pin presses in.
Yeah, pin presses for a lot of like location specific failure. Chase, have you been to Salt and Pepper? It's Mediterranean.
I don't think I have. Yeah, so
that could be the redemption, man.
I think Erg said he just did 240 for 5 singles on his last intensity. Yeah, you probably need to start doing some pin presses.
Yeah, pin presses. I would figure out why it's not moving anymore. Like, do you think you just like technically aren't competent, in doing the movement? Like, are you running into technical faults? Is it absolute strength and the technique is nailed down? Like, why do you think you're failing? That's a pretty big question into what accessory movement you're putting in. Pin presses are a great one. What volume prescription do you typically start at for pin pressing, Chase?
I like to do a heavy 3x3.
3x3? Okay. All right. Any back offs after that or no?
Nope. Just a 3x3.
And then, so let's say for him, he's training 3 times a week. He's on 4-day TM. He wants to press 3 days a week. If he had to put that after a benching day, would you rather have him put it before a benching session, after a benching session?
I'd rather him pin press first before he benches, whether it's going to be intensity or a volume, just because of, let's say his bench, it's 30 pounds to 50 pounds heavier than his press.
Sure.
It's still going to be more submaximal for the pin press variation than his normal bench stuff. So he's going to be fine. It's going to be kind of like a warm-up. If he said, let's say, 245 for his pin press for a 3x3, it's going to be a nice little warm-up for his bench to where he doesn't have to warm up as much, do a few empty bar sets, or rather reps, a few singles to get the movement down, get his mind ready for benching, and he should be fine.
Campsite spammer has returned. That's actually Mick, Jeff. That's Mick's way of contributing to the show. He's trying to show
how I get my organic traffic. 99% middle-aged men with money.
Online strip without clothing.
It's a perfect funnel to.
Yeah. Erg, thanks. Yeah, man. So if you are attempting to press specialist, Chase has a really good article on that. So if you just look up press specialization, Chase Lindley, or if you just search Chase Lindley on the Starting Strength site, you'll find that. Yeah, so figure out if you want to put bench on the back burner or not. Press before your benching work, like Chase was saying, because it is more submaximal. But make sure you're not neglecting bench as a whole. Like you still want to make sure that's moving. You still want to be building muscle mass in the triceps and the delts and the pecs and all that jazz. But yeah, so like if you want to press 3 days a week, make sure that day that you're not benching. So there will be a day in your 4-day split where you are only pressing and not benching. Make sure that is your hardest pressing day. Okay. So it's like when you come in fresh and you have high expectations for yourself and you're like, okay, I'm going to either hit like a weight single or a weight PR for a single or triple or 5 or whatever that may be. Make sure you're slotting that on the day that you'll have the most recovery. Oh, Eric in chat. How's it going, Eric? Eric, you just missed it. We talked about restaurants in Wichita Falls for 20 minutes, but before that, maybe a little bit more educational. We were doing form checks before that. We're at the hour 5 mark, guys.
Yeah, let's wrap it up, boys.
It's time. Any parting shots for anybody?
Nah, man.
Okay,
Just
Chase.
the live strength club podcast in Wichita Falls is got to be a go, I reckon.
Yeah, it can be.
With
It can
Rusty or Nick or just anyone who's willing to do it, basically.
Oh man, no, Sunday is gonna be fucking tiring, man.
It all is, man.
The whole
it's all
thing
just
is I'm not
weekend.
even coaching at the seminar. I'm just showing up. I'm gonna be
So you're
exhausted.
auditing.
I know, yeah, I'm auditing. Yeah, this is gonna be exciting. It's gonna be a pain for me to not step in and say things whenever people are coaching. That's gonna take a lot of restraint. But otherwise, it should be totally
There's been a few times where like someone has done that, where like you're trying to triage to fix someone, the most important shit to get them fixed within this 2-hour span or
Mhm.
however long that we have, and you get some coaches and they're just like, hey, look at their stance. It's like their stance is fine. Their
Yeah.
fucking hip drive is terrible, and
Yeah.
they're trying to set their knees. Like, let's worry about that.
So here's the thing. I oftentimes disagree with other people on their method of triaging. I'm like, oh, you're triaging the wrong thing. I think the real in the weeds with coaching is what is the cause, what is the effect, and I think that's hard for a lot of people. But yeah, that is a pain in the ass. People try to amateur backseat coach, backseat driving. But Chase, you can find your Instagram at Chase Lindley, and then at Chase_Lindley for his backup account. Chase does online coaching. You can see him in Oklahoma City. Anything else to add, Chase?
Fuck Basil's.
Don't go to Basil in Oklahoma
Go
City.
to Basil's in Oklahoma City. I can see a lawsuit coming on now.
You can find me on my website at acostrength.com. I do online coaching, consulting, all that jazz. I'm in Virginia Beach. If you need anything, hit me up. And then if you want videos on the show, Mick, where can they send them?
No, don't contact me for anything.
If you want videos on the show, where can they send it to an automated inbox that will handle it?
Yeah, just that support@strength.club.
There you go. All right. Yeah, fuck Basil's. We'll leave this comment up for the end of the show. Fuck Basil's. That's the motto for today's show.
Hell
But
yeah.
all right, everybody, you have a lovely night,
Yep.
and then we'll reconvene next week sometime.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
See ya.